This is the first of, I hope, many movement experiments we can do together during this time that we're home, that we have time and space. And from time to time, I know we all carry a little anxiety, and it's so important to do our practices together and to be connected with our practices. And so I thought we'd begin with one of the first practice we have in our life of after our birth, we take our first breath. So let's take 3 complete breaths together. Just taking the time to take 3 simple, complete breaths. And hopefully as you practice this very simple practice, you become more and more present with each breath so that you can notice that your attention is focused on the breathing in and the breathing out. It's not focused on that thought of when you're going to have enough time for this, or what you're going to have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or where you're going to go. Just this simple, profound, vital act of breathing. So we know something about the breath through our work in the Embodied Life School, through our practices, that there's an inhaling, and if you notice, just before you exhale, there's a little pause at the top of the inhale. And then there's an exhale, giving our we've warmed the breath, we've taken it in from the world, we've warmed the breath, we've had this little pause, and then we exhale the breath back into the world. And at the end of that exhale, there's also a little pause. Let's do a few breaths together and see if you can notice what happens at the end of the inhale and what happens at the end of the exhale. It doesn't have to be long. It's not better if it's long or short, just noticing. So this time, if you've noticed or begun to notice, let's have a longer pause on the exhale. So we'll just add a little more time after the exhalation before we take the inhale. Not so long that you're like gasping for air, but just taking a little bit longer. So we inhale, pause, and so you might want to breathe in, pause, and I just counted to 5 after my exhale was through. I counted a slow 5. For you, it could be 3, maybe 6. But just before you feel that's enough. Yeah. And so let's do that in your own time, in your own comfortable way. Let's just pause a little bit longer on our exhale. Let's call it 5 breaths. So let's just breathe 5 breaths together. Noticing the inhale, the pause at the end of the inhale, the exhale, and pausing a little longer on the exhale, and then 4 more breaths. All right, let's begin. And when you're satisfied with that, just breathe easily and sense the atmosphere around you. You might be a little more quieted, a little slower, a little softer. So that can be done really any time of day. But it's one of the practices that, well, it's pretty rare in the outer world that people would really just listen to their breathing. So thank you for listening with me today. And next video will probably work with grounding through the body and sitting. So if you're going to have the next video with us on the newsletter, have a good dining room or kitchen chair that's sturdy for you. And we'll do some grounding and sitting. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And thank you for watching.